Ashlea Hitchcock Freights. This is the Orange Lady, and this is
Robert Polanco. That's it.
You need a catchphrase. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. We'll get to
Next
that. We're gonna chat today about like how to flourish when you actually have a great boss or a great leader that kind of gives you the tools you need to be successful.
Right.
And just how that feels.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't experienced it, it's out there. Don't give up. Like, not every situation is going to be like that. We've talked about toxic environments too.
Well, yeah, good luck finding it, bud.
So Robert and I have talked about toxic environments, so it's only fair that we talk about non-toxic, fantastic, flourishing environments.
Yeah, for sure. Like where your boss is, somebody who has morals and is excited and is passionate and like looks has morals.
Has morals?
But
I'm sorry. Did you just say that I have morals?
yeah, you got some morals.
Breaking news. Some.
You got principles. You're an ethical person. Some folk, man. There's
Stab you in the back.
Mexican folk do this. Y'all let me know. They go like this. That means
Stab you in the back?
So it's like that's how they tell you off sometimes, right? You'll be like, "Hey, Johnny." They'll be like,
Oh.
I mean, they
I've
don't
seen
fuck
that. Now
with
I
you.
know what
Yeah.
it means.
And then,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much.
Good.
Yeah. So, anyways, hopefully you work for somebody at some point in your life where they don't make you feel that way, right?
Yeah.
They don't make you feel like somebody who like isn't intimidated by your intelligence or and vice versa, right? Like they tell you crazy ideas that they want to bring into the world, and you're just like, you know what? Yes, let's do it. If you find somebody like that in your work career, like keep them. There'll be coaches that'll help you give back to other people. So anyway, long story short was I think that like you and my current boss give off that vibe, like your openness to like trust people's intelligence, delegate, let them go off, explore, things like that. Like you'll let me. What would you used to say? Crash the tricycle into the tree and not into the bus on the road. You remember that?
Yes. Like we can recover from that.
Right.
Like go try things. Like we'll figure it out. What did I say? I'll
That's
think
what you
about
used
it.
to say.
Yeah. Like
Her students remember. We'll write it down.
Yeah. But I do think like I have seen so many smart people get denigrated and managed horribly because their manager is intimidated by their intelligence, their ideas, their ability to,
Network and branch out.
pull things together. Yeah. And I have to give credit actually to one of my first executive directors because she would kind of laugh and say, "Oh yeah, I always hire people smarter than me. I don't do all this." Like, kind of like putting herself down, but also like, yeah, I hire people smart. And it just like planted that seed like, oh yeah, if you want to be successful, hire people that have other intelligences or that are smarter than you or like add something, like not a freaking sorority that's everybody's the same cookie cutter.
That thing that people talk about, right? Like having the like growth mindset. Like a lot of people have different ways that they grow. If you haven't tried like finding mentors or like people that are like a level above you and whatever you want to do, or just a level above you in some other lane. Yeah. That's it's good to pick up because as long as you're contributing, you're pushing too, they'll kind of like help you level up as they learn different things in the great stage that is the world.
That is the world.
Was at the place that I'm at right now. My boss, it's in real estate. We do affordable housing developments, but he's showing me the ropes behind like how do you apply for a LIHTC credit, which is low income tax credit from the government.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
So I'll keep it short, but basically like he's actually coaching me and guiding me as opposed to saying, nah, you're too smart, or no, your ideas are too crazy or too bold. We're not going to do that and just like sit in this corner, Yeah. So when people empower you, it makes you more willing to be like more invested in going hard for the work.
That's true. I mean, I have worked for people that inspired me in the opposite way of like they were so milquetoast lackluster that I was like, I'm inspired to do better. And then I've worked for people that have inspired me because it's like fun to make magic with them. Like I think about us working together as making magic together, right? Like you're working really hard, but there's such care there. Like, you know, like Robert used to try not to take vacation, and I would literally be like, give me the days. I like force him to be like, tell me the days you're taking off. I don't care when they are, but like you're taking time off. Like,
and I'd get on a plane to a warmer climate.
That's right. Very true. Yeah.
When somebody does that for you, you'll fucking ride for them. Like you'll go to bat. You guys are gonna be involved in like complicated like planning, making shit move, like organizing, like whatever you're doing, and it feels less toxic. Because even though we were in the trenches or whatever, but even though we had our days, for the most part, it was cool working with you, and it made it easier, Yeah. And I think you were my boss, and you knew how to navigate the. It didn't feel like it. Put it that way. Ashley's really egalitarian with like how she distributes power and how she empowers you. But
thank you for saying that.
Yeah, but she was boss, and she knew how to make shit move with the execs and the admin to get the money for our
plans,
our evil masterminds, getting these kids to Wake Forest and Yale and Duke and all these places. Like, how are we gonna make this happen? So it feels fun when it's like a team, right? Yeah. But I think that lets you be more invested in, like, you really do build family with like communities you work with. So it's like it doesn't feel as crazy as when it's like there is no family, there is no good connection, there is no support from your bosses. Like your bosses don't want to see you grow and send you to conferences and tell you to take classes. Having that mentor early, or at least having somebody help you like navigate your actual career field, is helpful. And like it does make you seem ostracized. And as first gens, we usually like come in blank, like we don't know anybody in the game. Damn, we got to figure this all out while performing. Shit, it's worse than a six course semester at UNCG, goddamn it.
Not the Spartans.
My bad, Spartans. It's all wrong.
No, that is actually one of the main reasons why I launched the Squeeze, because LinkedIn to me is so like buttoned up, and like everybody's like, I am honored, or I'm so thrilled to do this, or like, congrats to. Like, I had to work so hard to get, it's like, no, tell me the real shit. Right. And then like, there's still people that are trying to be real on LinkedIn, but it's like super curated, and like clearly they're just trying to get the algorithm to like boost them. Right. And there's no safe space until the Squeeze. For folks to ask those questions that you can't ask your family. You look around at your colleagues, you're like, I don't trust any of you to ask you like what might feel like a dumb question, or just something like, I'm not sure how to act in this scenario. Right. I'm trying to even think of a question right now that would be like, oh, here's one I got over the holidays. What do I do if I don't want to go to my holiday party? And I don't want them to think that I'm like not invested, but like it will be torture to go to a holiday party with my team. My eyebrows are twitching because I've never heard that in my life. Don't know what you don't know. That's crazy. Yeah, but it's like, how do you navigate that? So I asked this person like a few questions. I was like, well, can you bring a +1? Right? Because if you can bring a friend, you're right. And you bring your most gregarious, like your friend that loves networking and talking, so that you can actually kind of play like shadow to like, hey, this is my friend Robert, and let Robert talk, and then you feel the pressure come off. Like, you need a friend like that. And you need the bailout friend too. Let's be real. Like, you need the friend. You got to be like, yo, they're in town. They just got here. I got to take her to go see my grandma. Yeah. Which, when the red flags start popping up. Yeah. Uh-oh, Todd's drunk again. You just grab Janie's boob, like, it's time to get the fuck out of here. Grandma's dying. Let's fuck out of here. I wonder, because I feel like this year was the year that probably a lot of places went back to having holiday parties, and I bet they were absurd. Even though, like, 2019, like, Me Too, and people were trying to pretend to act right. I bet they were wild this year. This is not based on anything but my own assumptions. These are, our lived experience, y'all. That's right. That's how my mom on Facebook, she used to have her education,
and she put like, you know, her city in El Salvador is Metapan or whatever. Like she's from La Isla, but the city's Metapan. She had on her Facebook education, it said La Escuela de la Vida, which is the school of life in her city. And I was like,
I love it.
Where you get it from? You know, the streets.
That's right. The school of life.
Figured it out, buddy.
It's really awesome that we have both had positive work environments with great leaders. But if you are trying to find that still, something you should do in your interview process is ask some specific questions. One, like, how have you put people on? How have you helped them grow and promote them? If they can't think of something really quick, that's a red flag. Another one is to ask, this is a little cheeky, but do you hire people smarter than you? Because if they get like offended by that, or if they're like, absolutely, I do hire people smarter than me, then that's a safety. That means they're secure, right? Yeah. That they're not going to be scared of your intelligence or your thoughts and ideas.
Right.
So that's all I have.
Just get ahead of the toxicity.
Yes. Okay, I'm Ashlea Hitchcock Francis.
Hey, I was Robert Polanco.
This is a Squeeze podcast, and I've got the juice. Time to put it to use.
Damn, I said I was. I am.
I am. Formerly.